Welcome back to game number 3 here in week 7 of the After Hours Gaming League, our final week of the normal season, the regular season, however you want to call it. We've got the scorecard currently sitting at 2-0 with Palantir in front. We'll go into this third game with a lot on the line for our GREE player. Bobo Nut is down in the bottom right-hand side here as our Red Zerg player. For Team GREE, his opponent up at the top left will be the Blue Protoss player Mantra. So, Antigua Shipyard, of course, a very interesting map for this particular matchup. Of course, you've got this this sort of position here where you can, you can do this this wall off here, and if my finger will actually get the right, there it is. There you go. There's the right little drawing tool. We've got an option to make a very large sort of wall off here. It can be exposed sometimes by early Ling play, but and because of that, some players like to sort of do the wall off back here in this sort of position. But it's still a very common thing to see that large wall off. Of course, a lot of Zerg players will like to take a quick expansion here. One big key factor of this map is the fourth base. Of course, you've either got a gold base across to the side, or one that is a little bit further away down here at this down here at the opposite side, which we'll see. Is Bobo Nut going to be able to take advantage of that? He's just put down a 14 pool, a relatively early pool here at this sort of timing. Of course, we'll see what he's going to do with that. Perhaps something very fishy is coming about from him, but Mantra has seen all of this. He knows that that's there and will be aware that there could be something a tiny bit fishy going on, but he is going to be able to block off the natural, of course, for the time being. You can come down here when you see a Zerg player put down that pool and you say, alright, well, I know the timing of that. I can get a Nexus down. I do like that he has gone straight for the Nexus, like regardless of seeing a slightly earlier pool than normal, he's still going to put the Nexus down. He's got a Forge following that just afterwards. Bobo Nut unfortunately is scouting in the wrong direction. And interestingly enough, this map now is only crossbots, from what I believe. Is it only crossbots, or is it only... Oh, sorry, actually no, it's no close third. Wait, no, it is only crossbots. So I'm completely stupid right now. So it's only crossbots on this map from what I remember, and so he has sort of unfortunately scouted in the wrong position, but not to worry too much. Of course, we'll probably see that Mantra will be nice and safe to get his expansion going right now. Cannon is on the way to protect the front door. Drone's going to come about and see what's going on. It's just going to have a quick look through, of course, the gateway here with that, it's actually a double sort of position here that is opened up. So it's not necessarily the most efficient way to wall off. This is why I sort of have a problem with walling off at this front door, because you need so much to actually block this off. Now, he'll probably put down a cybernetics core just to finish off and make that small one slot opening there. But I mean, it's still a lot to invest and to sort of rely on something like that. He's lucky that, as we can see, Bobo Nut is going off for some quick gas. He wants to make sure that he's got his Ling speed on the way as quickly as possible. PvZ has changed a little bit sort of lately, where some players like to actually get out a very quick couple of stalkers and get a few units coming out as quickly as they can, so that they can put some pressure on their Zerg opponent. Now, part of the reason you can do this is because that the Mothership Core is available. Now, the Mothership Core, with its recall ability, is able to help out with any sort of what do you call it, the harassment duty, because you can come across. I've seen a lot of players do this interesting strategy where you get just a couple of quick stalkers out and the Mothership Core, come across to the third and then sort of sit in this position right here, and then you can just fire on the third base, or if the third base is there quickly, you can fire on it. If the third base is not up, then you can protect it from going up. So it's a pretty cool thing that is sort of opened up in the metagame of PvZ. Now, speaking of opening things up, we've got a Baneling nest being started up by Bobo Nut. He's decided that it is time to bust down that door. Interestingly enough, there are actually 2 holes in this wall of Mantra here, so I don't even know if you need the Banelings here, but he does have a probe just poking about, has not seen too much. Unfortunately, did not get inside the main base, so he doesn't know what's going on just as of yet. But of course, with a couple of Lings out of the map, they're going to try and maintain the majority of the map control here. But Bobo Nut is getting prepared for this push. He's got a bunch of gas prepared. He's got 16 lings that are just popping out now. The supply count is actually exactly even right now, but the difference is in the worker count. We've got 26 to 35 right now. Of course, Mantra well in the lead with his Nexus established very early here, and he is able to really put himself in a good position right now. You cannot tell me he's going to go for a fast third. He is. Wow. Okay, so we've got Mantra going for a very fast third base here. This could spell the end of him, and now he's actually come across just wandering around randomly, and the Lings find that the units are now here, and they know that the jig is up. Mantra's going to have to get some defenses going as quickly as possible. He needs to get, I don't know, okay, so Lings can get in here, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that Lings can just run through there. It's kind of funny, actually. Bobonot doesn't even know that, but there you go. He finally gets through. Looks like the wall goes up. Mothership core is here. Has enough, or almost has enough energy for the photon overcharge on the Nexus, but it looks like the wall is going to try and get established there, but the probes are trying to defend. Mothership core got enough energy. There it is. The photon overcharge is activated. This is probably going to be the end of that attack right now, and Bobonut has invested so much in this. He's got more Lings now coming streaming their way across the map. He's got more that have just popped out as well. And, well, I'm not sure how well this is going to go for Bobonut right now. He does, well, Mantra, you need to wall this off. There you go. He runs through, he realizes, alright, that's not actually walled off properly there. Finishes the wall, has got 2 cannons now, almost completed, and that is, well, that's pretty much going to be the end of this game if, and depending on what happens right here, because we do have some more Banelings morphing in. Of course, these guys, if he can perhaps bust through this area here, if he can get in and sort of take down that pylon there, or perhaps come in and take this one down, maybe even both of these here, you could then just sort of run through, but he doesn't really have enough Lings to follow this up. Of course, the photon overcharge is going to be available in a little while here, and he decides to bust through the forge. Perhaps not the best idea if a force field goes down to protect that, and, you know, the wall is still here. We've got the gateways all prepared. Looks like an overlord just scouting through, trying to see what is going on inside the main. But I mean, with the wall not going down anytime soon, I'm not sure if Bobonut is going to have a chance at all. He doesn't even know that the third base is here, and this is probably going to be the end of our Team GREE right here. They've done their best, but unfortunately with Bobonut just investing so much in this attack, he's going to be very, very far behind in his economy. Sitting at 31 drones right now. He's trying to boost that count back up with a few more on the way. A lair being morphed in here, and he's going to try and get that up, but interestingly, only 2 workers here on this gas. But I mean, he is in a lot of trouble right now. If he could just get into this third base, it's incredible that he hasn't been able to find this just as of yet. But these Lings could easily stop that third base. If this third gets these cannons up, which it looks like it is going to, then the game is over. There is actually, like, no real way, unless Mantra just messes up completely. I'm not sure how Bobonut is going to have a chance here. He's doing his best. He's running around with these Lings. The lair is finally finished up. He's going to get an Evo chamber. I'm not sure what that Baneling is doing, but the Oracle now coming in has got that pulsar beam ready to go. Just diving inside is, in fact, just going to walk straight into the main base here. Activates the pulsar beam. Of course, not the greatest weapon for dealing with queens. I mean, the Oracle going to be very close to death, but does take care of it, and now gets inside the mineral line. 2 queens from the Nat now coming across, going to take out the Oracle, or at least push it far back. And the Oracle, interestingly, only with 3 kills there. It's not often that you get to see a Protoss player get in as easily as Mantra did, then get basically nothing done. But as we said, with the third established, I'm not sure what Bobonut is going to be able to do. He's got his own third just finishing up now, but I mean, look at the worker count. It's still 46 to 59 right now. Bobonut in a very, very tough position. I would be incredibly impressed if he is able to come back from here. It will take an extremely huge feat of will to come back. His opponent has got 3 bases up and running. Probes coming out 3 at a time, or perhaps 2 at a time, depending on the production cycles. But more zealots now warping in. It looks like Mantra Mantra is just going to get ready for an attack very soon. He basically can just walk across the map with, if he can build up a couple of extra gateways back at home, which it looks like he is doing, is going to take himself to a total of, I believe, about 7 gateways now. He could just walk in and just destroy everything here because effectively Bobonut only has these lings out on the map, and they're going to try and run through. It looks like there is a semi-protective squad here trying to hold off that natural, and it looks like he's going to come across, gets a couple of very good force fields. Wow, wonderfully done by Mantra there, just covering one of the sides just to protect himself from those lings. And with the pylon getting started here, he's going to be able to warp in some more units, probably some stalkers I would assume, and with those stalkers he should be able to just march through and finish off his opponent. A couple of stalkers getting started there. Mutas are on the way now from Bobonut. He's got 7 of those being morphed in right now, and he is going to try and get those across, but I mean, you know, I'm not even sure that's going to be enough right now. We have a huge bank right now for Mantra. Look at that. He's up at 2,000 minerals, 1,000 gas. His opponent is now supply blocked, so those mutas that are coming out are going to be the only things that are going to be able to defend it for the time being. But the stalker count is going to start to rise. As we can see, 4 stalkers now coming in, plus 1 on the weapons of all of these gateway units is going to be complete in just a moment. And despite 8 more mutas going to come out now from Bobonut, it's still not necessarily going to give him a win. The Zealous now going to charge through. In fact, I would probably suggest to Mantra just leave this base. You don't actually need to kill this off. He could probably just push through straight into the natural here. Muta's going to come about and they will try and get some damage done, but with the Guardian Shield and the Stalkers now on the ground, more Stalkers now coming through as well, it looks like Mantra is just going to be able to easily polish off these remaining units from Bobonut, and I think that we are going to have a win for Team Palantir here in the final week of the After Hours Gaming League. Very nicely done by all players indeed, of course, but unfortunately here for Bobonut, he's all in with the Baneling Bust, just not enough to take down this Protoss opponent. It's just very easy to try and defend against those kinds of things now with the Photon Overcharge, and we see the unit count drop. It is the mutas have now all but been defeated, and Bobonut has GG'd out. So we do have our winners for week number 7 here is Palantir. Very nicely done by them, and well, we'll go in, as I said, we'll go into the playoffs in a couple of weeks just after the Heart of the Swarm release. So stick around and watch those games when they come out. Of course, you can also jump on and see the rest of the other casters casting some other games from this week 7, and I'm sure there are some beauties in all of those sets. So go and have a look at those. Of course, you can check me out on youtube.com/DUCKVILLELOL or on Twitter or Twitch, same sort of thing going there, and I will catch you all next time. Cheers.